Hello and welcome to Quackalope. Thank you for being here. Today we are bringing you a gameplay of Catharsis, specifically a combination of the big box Monstrosity and the small chapter box from Chapter 1. There was dice in the back of that
I realize
box
that now.
that keeps them from falling over.
Only one fell out.
It was a whole strategic thing, add a little bit of weight behind it so they have a nice display, and we're just apparently throwing them all over the place. That's the goal. Catharsis. It's a game we've covered a few times in the past. We've talked about it as, in my opinion, a better version of Dice Thrones.
In your opinion.
It is a massive, asymmetric, cooperative, Yahtzee-style dice-rolling game with a pile of cool special abilities, many, many, many different challenges and bosses to play through.
Many characters to play as that you can mix and match.
I mean, we have it all spread out here. This is the contents that's included in this beast of a game, but there's a lot else happening. We are currently working on a series of gameplay videos and some supporting content for the team over here at Cyber Wizards Games, because this next year is going to be the biggest ever for the Catharsis franchise. Not only do they have the big box, which came out, I think, a year or a little bit more ago. They've been at many conventions. They have like an 8.1 or something on BGG at the moment, and people who have got it to the table have loved it. Being said, that's a big box to get into. They have now just delivered, or are delivering, I think already delivered, the two first sagas. We have Chapter 2, The Sovereign,
and Chapter 1, Nocturn.
These are standalone, single-player versions of the big box Catharsis. One boss, one main character, with their own custom set of rules, unique magnetic trackers, custom dice potentially, and a head-to-head little battle. But all of this is backwards compatible, or forwards compatible with a big box game full of roles to play, bosses to fight, and scenarios and challenges to overcome. But coming down the line, we are approaching the delivery window for Divine Wrath, the last Kickstarter for Catharsis, Chapters 3 and 4 of the sagas, the little standalone one-offs, and hopefully some more big news coming sooner rather than later in the future. So, Quackalope's going to be doing a series of gameplay videos. I am also going to be doing a series of supporting free content, non-sponsored content, to help you all get up and running as quickly as possible with this game and start learning a little bit about the strategy and the roles that each of these characters play. With that being said, Shira, do you want to give a quick overview of what Catharsis is and the core way that it flows, the way that it operates?
Catharsis is a game where you can play solo or multiplayer. You're going to be playing a role in this game which gives you powers and abilities that you're going to be activating by dice. You are then going to be facing a boss. Every boss has a unique deck where you're going to be facing traps and events and the small minions before you face the final boss themselves, ultimately trying to kill all of the people or enemies you encounter along the way and survive.
Now, the boss that we're facing is going to be coming from the Nocturn box, and the character you're playing is going to be coming from the Nocturn box. Do you want to talk about how this is going to be different from some of the bosses we'll see here in the main game? I am playing a core box character, and I am a angelic baker. I get to put things in the oven and watch them come out and deal as much damage as possible. I figured it was a good pair. Once you start hearing how villainous her characters are,
I'll read my flavor text.
I figured an angelic baker was a compelling match.
I am playing Ninan the Soul Eater. Ninan has traveled far to find the source of the aura, a powerful corrupting influence spreading across the land. Following rumors and vague descriptions from sages and visionaries alike, Ninan has come to the lands of Catharsis. While he travels alone, he is equipped to handle most foes. As part of a culture that values the group over the individual, he was trained in a magic that lets him consume the souls of those around him, including the innocents, to enhance his power. But the souls of this new land are not selfless, willing to be destroyed to save others, and Ninan finds he must balance the strength they offer against their efforts to break free.
So, Catharsis as a whole, by the way, has an underlying narrative text that once you start understanding what the world is and what the story is we're telling, you see it pop up during the, story events that we fight, the creatures and the characters that are coming into play. The essence of it is that there was a deity that was in war with all the other deities, and was too powerful, too damaging, too potentially had too much potential to end the fighting, let's say, and they locked him behind a set of runes. They trapped him. But that god, that deity, is dreaming. And from the cracks in those runes, his dreams come to life. And it started as this peaceful, amazing, immaculate world with angelic bakers and lovely plant people, and it was a perfect harmony. And then, one of the bosses you can fight is called the Trifecta or something like that. It's 4 minds all combined together. It was the original adventuring... It was the original adventuring party. A group of 4 people, because you can play this up to, 4 people. I believe you might be able to play it more, I'm not sure, but they dove down and they broke open the rune, and that released more of his power, turning his dreams into nightmares and twisting the land into this corruption that we have, and we are the final people, the bastion, the people that can go weed out the corruption, protect the land, apparently eat the souls of civilians and bad people, all equal, all the same, but we are either, we're not sure about this yet, releasing him or confining him. There's a balance being struck here, and as you play through all these decks, as you play through all these characters, you kind of get a sense of where their role fits in the wider story of Catharsis. I'm excited to see, as they continue expanding the world and expanding the narrative progression, what the actual story turns into. Okay.
Do you want to find out who we're fighting?
I would like to find out who we're fighting.
We're fighting Valentina, Herald of the Night. As Ninan approached a town in this new land, he saw what looked like a young lady weeping over a young man. But as he approached to offer comfort, his captured spirits struggled harder to flee, more concerned about the lady than what Ninan would eventually do to them. Before he could move, she rose, and the truth of the situation lay before him. What he mistook as sobs were her tendril feeding on the man's body. She looked at Ninan, smiled, blood smeared across her distorted limbs. She then left, melting into the darkness. We have someone who's just eating blood.
Lovely, amazing. How wonderful and immaculate. All right, so general setup. What we've done so far is we've drafted our characters. I am playing the Atrial Chef Guard. My core mechanic is an ability to, put things in the oven, to let them bake for a little bit, dealing more damage when they come out, but it creates a delay. It also lowers my health because I have less cards available to protect myself with. These cards, the 6 cards in front of me, came from this entire pile of cards that I have in my hand. Every character has a random assortment of special abilities that you draft or put down on the table. You can choose what powers you want to play as if you have a character that you like the most, but the most common way is to shuffle them up and lay out your 6 cards. It has a lot of asymmetry. I haven't had a game yet that's felt the same as other games that I've played.
Asymmetry and a lot of variability. With Ninan, I'm going to be keeping track of Essence and Souls. Essence, I will be collecting with my cards, and then when I use my flip ability, flipping my character card over, I will convert all of the Essence I have accrued into Souls. Souls are going to slowly level me up, and so when I hit certain milestones on my Souls card, I will be able to do more powerful actions. I will be able to unlock a soul power. Additionally, as I get more essence, I also get slightly more powerful, but the essence are not enjoying being captured and start to do damage to me.
Now you will notice with your character, we do have 1 card that we've printed out. There is a link over on the Kickstarter page to a card errata that balances the numbers a little bit more. So if you're playing with Chapter 1, make sure you go check that and see if it's something you want to incorporate into your game or not. It opens up some of the abilities, gives you a little bit more access to them a little bit faster. Okay, shall we begin the scenario? Monster raids on numerous communities have occurred over the course of the past year. Tens of thousands of lives have been lost, and the saddest part is that the souls are unable to depart because of Valentina's presence. She steals the souls and puts them inside her creations of darkness. These spirits cannot find peace while trapped, and instead are subject to her whims, existing in slavish agony. If you wonder why I sound like a slowly squeezed duck, it's because I'm dealing with a very, very aggressive spring on my braces that's being changed out tomorrow, and it creates a wretched lisp. The creations powered by the souls are being sent to numerous villages to kill more people, giving Valentina more souls to build her army. But the shamans and mages of the towns have determined that simply killing these monsters will just leave the souls tormented. In order to pursue these creatures of the night and carry the souls to paradise, Ninan, an expert in the collection of souls, has assembled a team. This team has been given a variety of tasks culminating with finding Valentina and putting an end to her reign. Ninan, being an expert in the collection of souls, decides to lead a group to hunt her down. He assigns different duties to the members. This group has been tasked with hunting down Valentina, while others defend the town. I'm a chef. I'm here. Don't worry. We're going to eat well. Don't you worry about it. We got pot pies. We got souffles. We got omelets.
Delicious. Great.
It's the best. If Ninan is in the party, roll a die. He starts with half the rolled number rounded up of souls, in addition to his starting souls.
4.
4.
Half the number rounded up.
So 2.
2 more souls.
Okay. The night. Valentina is a being of the night, and she infuses the love of darkness into all her creations. For her living servants, she bequeaths artifacts that allow them to thrive in the dark. Even her traps overflow with magic tinged with the essence of darkness. You would normally mock such slavish devotion to one theme, but her focus on it has clearly been working, and it makes any encounter during the night much more deadly. We set this card aside as a reminder. The start of the game, choose if you will face her in normal mode or hard mode. We are facing normal mode. This card is going to relate to our darkness tracker, which will trigger at the yellow marks. And we have already rolled, and we have darkness number 1 being placed out onto the game board. Place the introduction here, and darkness number 1. The darkness wraps around you like a smothering blanket. Every time night sets in, you feel your energy get sapped. You stagger forward under your equipment, weapons feeling like they are made of lead. Your breath coming in labored gasps. Every hour you spend moving at night feels like you've spent a day in a forced march. You resolve to move during the day as much as possible, but Valentina may not be so accommodating. When encountering a boss deck card, roll a die. On a 1 to 4, you encounter the card at night. On a 5 to 6, you encounter it during the day. And then 21 morale and up, this is going to go ahead and trigger. If you want to pay attention to these cards...
You removed card 28 and 31?
If you want to hold on to those cards, you can track them. Up here would be preferable. You're like, where can I place these so they're not in camera? You'll place them around here, onto the side. They'll put them up in the corner. Don't worry, we're just playing a game.
The most accessible spot for me.
No one needs to see. Okay, I'm going to work us through the actual gameplay flow, just so we make sure that we are following it as the book says. Gameplay. Draw the top card of the boss deck. After the card is resolved and before drawing a new boss deck, the party may spend 1 morale to refresh, unflip all powers, and roll cards. It's going to be the core function of the game. We're going to be drawing cards and dealing with whatever is there. There could be choices, there could be events, there could be positive things, there could be enemies we have to fight. This, unlike some of the other ones, will be going in a narrative progression. It'll be going in order. Many of the bosses you fight are actually shuffled and randomized, and so you don't know exactly what you're going to be encountering when.
Great.
Alright, flipping this first one. Event, from the start. Valentina has no compunctions about killing, and she is happy to use the fact to her advantage. As the town council at the town's council's request to protect all the people is almost complete. Horrific howls are heard both near the town and far away, in the direction of the next village. Valentina has apparently decided to send her monsters in 2 directions, forcing you to make a choice. Do you stay to protect the village, or do you rush towards the next? On the one hand, the village is the home of the people who called for your help, and they are terrified that their families will be killed with no defenders. But without moving forward, you have no hope of defeating Valentina. If you stay, you will have to rush afterwards to try to stay on Valentina's trail. On the other hand, staying here means that Valentina is able to wreak destruction elsewhere, setting more traps and inflicting death and pain on other villagers. Either way, innocents will suffer, but doing nothing will lead to Valentina's winning. You must choose. Effect, day and night. If playing normal mode, choose 1. Defend the village and regroup at the checkpoint. Proceed to card 2. Or, lead the charge to the first checkpoint. Proceed to card 5.
2.
2.
We want to defend the village. They called us.
Just so you know, because it's open information. Playing in hard mode means that you go to card 2.
Goody.
You're going to stay and protect the village?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, we're going to be proceeding to card 2. So we're flipping this card. Event. Coffee and tea time. A priestess calls over all of you and their guard and hunters who will rush ahead to help clear the way for you. It's tradition, she explained simply. A beautiful tea ceremony has been laid out with golden teapots and cups on a dashing jade table. She takes time to pour cups for everyone, leaving herself last. Then she raises her cup. Valentina has terrorized these lands for long enough. All of you will battle through her hellish spawn, and with the blessing of your lady who dances in the light, you will reach her. You gather this as their local deity, someone you haven't heard of before. Some of you may die, but everyone absolutely will if you fail. The lady who dances in the light will not let that happen. Valentina will die at your hands. May you all live to see it done. She downs the tea. The villagers raise their cups to her blessing, then gulp down the scalding drink. The grim reality of the situation then sets in, and there is a sense of urgency. Knowing that the people continue to suffer while you sit here drinking, but the tea ceremony is sacrosanct, and even the nearby howls will not rush it. As the priestess performs the final rites of the ceremony, you feel a warm glow spread through your bodies. Whoever their goddess is, she appears to be on your side. Go ahead and roll the die to determine if we are at day or night.
6.
We're at night or day?
What is it? That's a boss deck card? Is that a boss deck card?
They're all boss deck cards.
On a 1 to 4, night, 5 to 6, daytime.
We are day.
Daytime.
Each player gains a wild die for the first round of the next combat.
Oh, that means you get to set it to whatever you want it to be.
Okay. Amazing. I'll take one out of the box, indicating that it's a wild die. We move on to card 3, and we have a monster. Monster. Tiger of the Night. The first day of waiting is nerve-wracking. The guards rush off while you try to anticipate where the monsters near the town will emerge. You spend the day rushing around as the growls seem to come from totally different directions, leaving you soon exhausted. As the sun starts to set, you realize that you have been tricked. It's not multiple foes, but just one that can throw its voice, or rather its growls. You catch glimpses of it as it dashes between buildings, gone before you can catch it. Your tension mounts, but you cannot do anything until the beast chooses to reveal itself, which it does as soon as day gives way to night. Health is going to be 24. Go ahead and grab one of those dials. I'll let you track health.
Is it still daytime, or do we have to do another one?
No, it's now night.
Now night?
Yep.
Okay.
Damage.
Oh, so it's night, so then monsters are going to deal 1 more damage per player.
Okay.
So 2 more damage, and we'll have 3 additional armor.
Okay. Damage. Roll a d6. So they have a base damage. They're going to be doing a claw attack or a bite attack. And then special at night, the tiger strikes from ambush. The monster's attack phase occurs before the player's attack phase this combat. And then on defeat, you've freed the tiger spirit and finds it follows you. Tiger spirit and finds it follows you. Okay, so we don't need to read that yet. So it does say special night. What does this say again about every time you pull a...
When encountering a boss deck card, roll a die. On a 1 to 4, you encounter the card at night. On a 5 to 6, you encounter it during the day. It seems we have to constantly pull the card.
So I guess here, because there is a special at night, we should go ahead and check that.
What it is?
If it's going to be day or night, yeah.
3. It's night.
It will be night. So he is going to attack first.
Yep.
Which means I'm going to leave him down here so I can keep an eye on him closely.
Does he have health?
Health 24.
Okay. And what's he doing to us?
Yep, so I'm going to roll to see what he's doing. He's doing a 2, which is a claw attack. Deal 2 damage to 1 player, which is going to be added by 2, so 4 damage to 1 player. That seems like a lot of damage, especially since he's attacking right off the bat. Like, first
That's
get-go.
the problem with night.
I guess maybe I should take it.
Okay.
And let you start building out your souls. Do you feel pretty equipped? We're probably gonna have to spend on the Dark Distract.
Yeah, we are going to have to. So the question is, You have 6 cards. I only have 5. So if I take 4 damage, I will have 1 turn before we have to.
So the way damage works in this game is that your cards are not only the abilities you're using, but also your health throughout the course of the game. You can first flip a card to indicate damage, and then you can discard a card, which should be your last-ditch effort. Along with that, you are able to go ahead and up your darkness to raise your health. However, you can only do that after this encounter. It's not something you can do in the middle of the encounter, I don't believe.
What, took down the morale?
Yeah.
You can take it down in between each round.
Okay.
So I'm saying he'll attack us, we'll attack him, and then, so the combat is, usually it's player and then monster. This time it's monster, then player. Then during the refresh phase, we can spend morale to refresh.
Okay.
Which is the darkness in this. And then we return to the attacking phase. So...
I mean, I'll go ahead and take it.
Okay.
And then...
I'll take the next hit so that...
Well, he shouldn't hit us again.
It's not the whole...
And how much armor do we have? You said we have armor.
No, he has armor.
Oh, he has
He has
armor.
an additional 3 armor. So
Good,
you said
perfect.
he was at 24.
It doesn't affect his health.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just armor. It just affects the first attack of a round. So... Alright, I'll go ahead and take the damage. 4 damage coming to me. I have to decide what I want to get rid of. I think... it's a good prevent damage. I wish some of these abilities are things that would allow me to go ahead and mitigate damage, but we haven't been able to activate them yet because he's attacking first in this round. The Tiger strikes from ambush.
What's his base armor? Without this card?
He has no base armor.
The way the armor is written, it looks like it's the same as his health. I think it attacks to his health.
It doesn't.
No?
It doesn't attach to his health.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Armor blocks the first attack made in a cycle.
Okay.
So if you attack for 5,
The
you'd
armor-
block 3 of it, and then if I attacked for 10, I would get 10 through.
Okay.
So, I don't like how this is starting out at all. Okay, we do get to go ahead and set our dice however we would like.
1 die.
Yep.
And then roll.
And then we have to roll. And you can roll up to 3 times for any cycle of dice, and you can do these in any order. I'm going to be going for as much damage as possible. I've got a split between a 5 and a 9. I could go ahead and prepare, which isn't the worst thing, but I mean, the reality is I'm so close to death right now that preparing could put me in a lot of risk.
Or we
So
have 1 wild die as well. That you can set to whatever you want.
let's see what we get.
I have slightly different rules. I can only re-roll. Currently, I can only re-roll once. I have to unlock my second re-roll, and I have to still unlock my 6th die. I have unlocked my 5th die. I still have to unlock my 6th die. So. Wow, that's a lot of 4s.
Oh, are you able to manipulate my die at all?
I don't know if I have any dice manipulation right now.
Man, if you could give me a 1, that would be the best sequence of events possible.
I don't think my character has dice manipulation.
No?
No.
Okay, I flipped mine that give me any
No.
dice manipulation at all.
I'm sorry. No dice manipulation.
So the abilities that I have right now, 2 3s and 2 4s, or a 2 3 4, a 2 3 5 and 5. I could deal 5 damage, or go ahead and start preparing to deal additional damage. 6s would let me prevent 2 damage on myself. A full run of 3 1s and 3 3s is deal 9 damage. And a 2 2, deal 3 damage, 5 5, deal 3 damage. Shira, I might have overinvested in thinking that I could get one of these more powerful abilities triggered. I am not going to be using my dice for anything.
Nothing?
I have no abilities.
Even the bottom one down there that only requires like 2 dice?
I have no abilities
Wow.
that can trigger off of the dice that
And
I
you
rolled.
re-rolled?
I'm 1 away from triggering the big one.
You
That's
used
what I
your
was
wild?
going for. I'm 1 away from triggering the big one.
That's including the wild, though. I'm saying like you have one that you can set to whatever you want.
You are right about that. I'll double check to see if there's anything I could do if I could set my dice to anything I want, but I don't believe there is. There's one thing I could do if I set my dice to a 5 instead of a 1. Good call on that. Okay, do you know what you're going to be doing?
I'm going to be re-rolling.
Oh, good.
Yeah. 6, 1, 2, 2. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's exactly what I need down here. So that's a 1, a 2, 2, and a 6. So we're going to do that. And we're going to set the wild die to a 1 over here. Alright. So we're going to be triggering a couple different things. I can go first. I'm going to be collecting 1 essence. Then I'm going to be doubling the amount of essence collected this turn. So that'll take it up to 2 essence. And then if I have 25 or more souls, I don't. This one down here will be collecting 4 essence, which is collecting 8 essence. Takes it up to 15, which unlocks my second reroll and unlocks my 6th die.
Nice. Good.
I can't... There's no abilities on any of these cards that only require 1 die, so there's no point in me rolling it right now. But this is going to deal 1 damage. So he has... You're dealing damage or not at all?
I'm dealing 3 damage.
So you want to deal your 3 damage first? Take out his armor for me?
Yep.
Okay, so then I'm going to deal 1 damage. 24 down to 23.
And when you use a card, you exhaust it.
23. Then I'm going to deal 2 damage, which is going to take him down to 21. Then I'm going to deal 3 damage, which is going to take him down to 18.
Okay.
These count as separate attacks. So I've dealt 6 damage, he's down to 18. Deal 3 damage that count as a separate attack if you have 95 or more souls. I do not.
Separate attacks will sometimes have abilities that manipulate them or add damage per attack.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it begins to become important.
Yes. So like I have, once I get up to 21 essence, which I'm at 15 currently with 7 souls, then all of my attacks would deal 1 damage plus
Okay.
1. So that would be an additional 3 damage for those 3 separate attacks. All right. That's what I'm doing. These 2 abilities. Flip. What is he doing?
Well, that's the end of the round.
Okay.
Because he went first.
Right. So now,
Yeah.
do you need to spend a morale?
I'm down to 1 health. Theoretically, he could... He's only going to be dealing damage to 1 distinct player. So we could let you take a hit if you wanted, but it's going to be a lot of health either way.
Yeah.
Alright. I mean, this could be up to 6 immediate damage.
I can't take 6 without losing half my cards. I can
Yeah.
take 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's a real problem.
And
We're going to have to spend a morale.
Okay.
So, we're taking our darkness tracker up by 1 to flip all of our cards back over.
When can you do your flip ability?
Anytime.
So because we were going to be doing that, could I flip to convert all of these essence into souls?
Why not?
I won't collect essence this next round, but I think it's worth it. Okay. I'm going to flip, and so that takes 15. That's going to take up my souls to 22. That means I'm down to my 4 dice, 1 reroll. This is flipped over, so...
But it's going to flip back over.
It's not, because I'm not allowed to flip it the same round I flipped it.
Okay.
So I have to wait till the next one.
Okay, top of the round, go ahead and roll to see if the tiger is going to be doing a claw or a bite attack.
6.
That is a bite attack. He's going to be dealing 4 damage
Plus
to
2.
1 player. That player loses 1 die in the next combat round. 4 damage plus 2. 6 damage to a single player. It's got to be me.
Otherwise I lose a card.
Otherwise you lose a card, yeah. Fighting this guy at night is not a good option. Like, that's tragic.
Yeah.
Him going first right now, and because I could be able to defend,
Yeah.
but I'm at a spot where...
You lose 1 die as well, right?
It's not going to matter. I have no cards to activate.
What's your flipping ability?
It doesn't reset my cards.
Okay.
It allows me to bake more effectively.
Oh, good.
Yeah. You'll see.
We need baking.
Wait, just wait.
Yeah.
Wait till I deliver a very nice home-cooked good into the battlefield. You'll be impressed, I promise.
So that was him?
Yeah,
he dealt 6 damage?
It's all on you at this point.
Alright, I'm rolling my 4 dice here. 3, 3, 4, 5. I'd like to spend some of 3, 3. I can spend 2 souls. Essence gained this turn is instead converted to damage, which would be helpful because I cannot gain essence while I'm flipped. This does not count as an attack. You may spend 1 soul to replace this power. Interesting. Okay. I kind of want that fire breathing, which is a 1 and a 2 or a 3 and a 4. I have a 3 and a 4. We are going to activate that one down here. And then I have a 3 and a 5. I'm going to reroll these. A 1 and a 6. I'm going to put the 1 down here. And the 6 I'm not going to be using. So, I am going to be dealing 5 damage to up to 4 monsters and bosses. I could spend an additional 15 souls to deal +2 damage. It's not worth the ratio. So I'm spending 5, so 22 minus 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 17. So he takes
2 damage.
2 damage. 17, 16. And then this is going to be spending 1 soul and deal 1 damage 2 times. These count as separate attacks. Spend 4 souls to activate this power a second time. I'm not going to spend 4. I'm just going to deal 2 more damage. 15, 14. I don't have anything that's increasing my things. And then these 2 cards flip over. Alright.
Okay.
I think we have to spend a morale.
We have to, because if he attacks again, I need to be able to block it.
So now I get my card back.
I am a really effective punching bag right now. Just you
You're
wait.
a baker. You're a little rotund.
Yeah, I'm, I got some plate armor. I can take a few hits. That's alright. Go ahead and roll. See what he's going to do. Leave
What
some
do you
stuff.
roll?
I rolled the first one.
Then I rolled the second.
A 3. He's doing a claw, which is 4 damage. I will take it.
So that's 6 damage.
Don't you worry. Here I go.
It's 6 damage. You don't have to make any decisions
It's
yet.
not 6 damage. It's
it's
4
2?
total. Yes, 2 plus.
Gotcha. Okay.
I
Thought it was...
I kind of want to continue going for my big beefy attack, but maybe that's not the best play. Okay, I'm going to do these. So I'm going to flip this set here, because this has a 1 and a 2 on it, which means if I don't get this, I can go towards that. That'll be okay.
Ready?
I guess. All right. Go ahead and roll.
Alright. 3, 4,
Ones,
5.
3s. I'm halfway there. Do I need the 4s for anything? Not really. Let's push our luck. Let's go for it. 3s and 1s. Oh, sure. I am 1 away. Come on, please. A 2!
Was that what you needed?
No! It's real close.
Oh, good.
Can you manipulate my die by 1?
I can't manipulate
Can you
dice.
manipulate my die by 1?
I cannot manipulate dice.
But have you thought about manipulating it by 1?
Alright, we're gonna try and go for this one. I cannot manipulate dice.
That sounds like a you problem.
Good. I got the 6 I needed for up here.
I'm
I got a 2 and a 4.
This is really not allowing my character to shine the way I'm supposed to. You see, all my cards kind of work together. There's a whole thing going on here.
Yeah.
I need to be able to, put things into progress, move stuff forward.
Yeah. Okay, you're doing great, is what you're trying to say.
I'm doing great, is
Okay.
what I'm trying to say.
Are you doing an attack?
I am not, but your ability is going to deal +1 damage.
Great. Alright. I'm going to be collecting 3 essence.
So I'll take credit for whatever you're doing.
Good. Then deal 2 damage to up to 2 monsters and bosses. I wonder if that means I can deal it to, him twice. I wish. Deal 2 damage to up to 2 monsters and bosses and prevent 1 damage. So I'm going to be preventing 1 damage that's coming to us this next round.
Wow, helpful.
2 damage minus his... Will his armor take effect if I haven't gone through it all for the next attack? I'm dealing 2 damage. Oh, plus your 1, right?
Yeah, this is 3.
Yours is +1?
Yeah.
To all of my attacks, or just one
just
attack?
one ability.
Okay, so it's adding to this. It's gone through his armor. Then I'm triggering this again to spend 1 soul and deal 1 damage 2 times. So that's going to deal 2 more damage.
Nice. You could have done this +1 on that, deal 1 damage 2 times. That's 2 separate attacks, right?
Yeah.
Each one of those would have had +1.
But
The armor's just a single block of 3.
so it would block the first one.
It would just block 3 total damage. It's just a blanket of 3.
That's what I was asking though. Like, if I hadn't gone through it all with this first one, would there still be leftover armor for this?
1.
Okay.
Only 1.
Okay.
So you'll deal 1 extra damage by pairing my ability with your multiple attack ability.
1 plus the 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is his health?
11.
Good. Halfway.
We're making progress.
We're halfway there.
Good.
I'm dying.
You are dying. I'm preventing 1 damage this next time.
Do we let him go then?
It's his turn.
No, it's not his turn.
Yes.
He goes first.
Yes.
Are we letting him clear? Again, he'll wipe out one of our cards if he does a hit of 6.
It would be a hit of 5.
We've got to refresh again.
Let's take the chance.
You can roll for it. I mean, I agree with you. It's really bad to be pushing up our darkness this early, but losing cards is, I mean, you don't get those back.
I know.
And you'd have a turn of doing nothing.
Yeah.
So it'd be cycle of darkness either way. We'd survive a round, but wouldn't do anything to him. We'd have to cycle another darkness.
Okay.
Our best bet is doing darkness and getting a good hit off. And if only you let me, engage him.
Okay.
I am kidding. You got this. By the way, the hit that I've been close to twice now, 1 dice away, is a hit of 9. Like it is a beefy hit.
Yep. Alrighty.
Yeah. This is a mistake I always make in all of these dice rolling games. I want the big thing.
2. What's a 2?
It is a hit of 4, so a damage of 3.
Total of 4,
Mm-hmm.
including the 1 extra he deals? Including
Yes,
the 2 extra?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah. So a total of 3.
Yep.
Does it only block damage to you, or does it block damage for
I'll take
either
it,
of us?
and you can actually have a successful turn.
Wow, I don't know that that's... oh, good.
Yeah?
Yeah, just what I was looking for, a really successful turn.
I'm gonna spend 1 card, 2 cards, and...
Alright, well, she figures that out. Let me see what I can do with my oh-so-successful turn. I could set up to start blocking damage next turn.
Good.
That'd be helpful, right?
It would.
Man.
2, 2, and a 4, and a 5. 2, 2. None of this is what I want right now.
I mean, we've got to try to rip him apart, right? Isn't that the current state of the game?
Yeah.
And I would really love... I'm not going to be able to trigger those.
I am barely triggering anything. Okay.
Do you have an attack doing any damage?
Yeah.
You have an attack doing some damage?
Yep.
So I will do this then. I've got these remaining. I could re-roll them. Is there anything immediate that I could use either of them for? I don't see an obvious. No, I could do this. And this one could be re-rolled. So let's go ahead and give it a roll. A 6 still is not going to trigger anything, but I might have a slightly more effective turn.
Okay.
Oh, this could. But that won't. You don't need your dice adjusted at all, do you?
Yes.
I could adjust 1 die by 1 if that would make a big difference.
Yeah.
That would make a big difference?
Yeah.
Alright, let me do that. Okay, so I'm...
1 die by 1, you said?
Yep, adjust 1 die by up to 1.
Okay. So I'm making a 4 into a 3.
Okay?
trigger this ability here.
Then, target player's attack deals +2 damage, and choose another ability you are activating this round. Oh no, it's my abilities. Never mind. Couldn't quite do that. So I'm going to bring these back over here.
Wait, am I getting extra damage?
You are getting extra damage.
What is it?
You're only getting +2 to extra damage.
To my ability or to one attack?
To one attack. Target player's attack.
Okay. So, I'm going to be spending 5 souls.
And I'm going to be dealing 3 damage plus the modifier there. So I get rid of his shield.
Yep.
So everything you do beyond this is going to be...
I'm spending 5 souls, which will deal 5 damage plus the 2 you're giving me.
7 total.
7 damage. Takes him down to 4. So that 11. 4. And then I'm spending 1 here to deal 2 more damage.
Oh, we're so close.
And because I'm sick and tired of him, I'll spend 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Are we murdering him?
And we'll murder him. Because I can do this to activate it the second time.
That was, honey, a bad round. That was a bad round.
Yeah, look at my trackers. I die if my souls tick down to 0. So yeah, bad round.
Okay, on defeat. You freed the tiger's spirit and it follows you. A player may take this card or gain 1 soul. Place this card under one of your powers. When that power activates, gain 1 die used back. You may use that die to activate another power. Limited 1 companion per player. Do you want a companion or do you want a soul?
Can I see what he does? What the companion does?
I just read it. He goes underneath one of your cards, and he'll give you a die back upon its usage. While you read that, I'm going to go ahead and flip the next card, so you can take a look at what we are fighting now. Trap, Night Creature's Army.
I would rather... Do you want this companion?
It's a nice ability. It gives you a die back.
True. True. Okay. Yeah.
You going to keep it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to do the one I've been triggering the most.
The tiger was a distraction, letting the things before you crawled, slither, and gallop into
a new
town
card?
while you fought. But despite the chaos of the movement, you realize that there is a kind of added order at play. The monsters move at a consistent pace and with deliberate purpose. What is particularly disconcerting is the lack of sound from them. What should be noisy as a stampede barely generates a whisper. If you weren't looking at them, you could mistake them for wind in the trees. Affect day or affect night.
6, daytime.
You make quick work of the creatures, but not unscathed. Roll a die. In normal mode, then proceed to card 1.
3.
3. One player takes 4 damage.
You have to take it.
What do you mean I have to take it?
I can only take 2 damage right now.
Would we have refreshed before drawing a card, or would we have just kept going? Probably
we had the choice to refresh.
But we wouldn't have.
And this recommends always refreshing.
Oh, it does?
Like, in this rulebook against this boss, it says be mindful, like, there's bad stuff to walk into. So be wary of walking into things unprepared. I think at the end of a battle,
you refresh 2 cards.
On defeat, don't
when
we
you
refresh?
When you win, you refresh 2 cards.
Yeah,
yep.
winning.
I'm right, 2.
Yeah.
So we would have been 2 up anyway. I will go ahead and take the 4 damage. Don't worry about me.
It doesn't say it in this rulebook, but you know for sure it's refreshed
it's the
too?
core game. Thank you for the reminder. We don't have to fight them, which is the good news. So that goes there.
Okay.
And we are okay. Monster, Bandit Leader. You hurry out of the village worried that you're losing ground. Valentina has too much time to prepare for you. And you look around at the surrounding foliage for any traps she may have hidden or beasts sulking in the shadows. What you weren't looking for was a large contingent of bandits in the middle of the road. Whether sent by Valentina or just unfortunate timing, these men and women look at you, or rather your gear and supplies, with avarice. One particularly burly man steps forward and begins loudly demanding your goods or your life. But you don't have time for this. You charge forward. The common bandits pose little challenge, but the leader is a force to be reckoned with. Go ahead and roll to see if we're at day or night.
Night.
Special, night. The bandits have Valentina's blessing. The monster's attack phase occurs before the player's attack phase is combat.
Okay.
The bandit leader orders his minions to grapple you. At the start of each round, each player places one of their dice on this monster. On defeat, you breathe. Okay. Oh, man.
What is it at the start of each round?
Yeah, they're grappling him.
How much does he have?
He has 21 health, and he is going first. So he is going to be dealing... We would have refreshed.
You would have refreshed.
And this should have hit 21, by the way. We didn't move that down.
Why?
What is... Because we refreshed once already.
We didn't.
Oh, you're right. We didn't refresh.
We didn't refresh.
We would have refreshed now. What does 21 do?
21, all players immediately exhaust 1 power for each player who can't lose 1 morale.
Okay, so we would have refreshed, and then we would have had 1 exhausted power going into this.
Yeah.
This is a problem. I think I have a better sense of how to maybe protect myself moving forward, though. We'll see. He's going to be dealing 6 damage to the party, so we can split it between us.
I have to remember, I gain an essence every combat round. So every time he goes, I gain an essence. So it's the first combat round.
Okay. I very much want to hold on to my prevent 2 damage ability.
Okay.
So I'll take... Can you take 3 of this, or do I need to take 4 of this?
I can take 3.
Are you sure? I mean, I'm happy to take 4 if need be.
That'll only leave you with 1. It'll be the same difference. We'll have to spend a morale the next round.
We are, but it depends on what you're going to be trying to trigger.
Yeah. I'm going to be trying to flip and convert my essence into things so that...
So you have more power?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you're taking 2?
I'll take 3. You take 3. I'm trying to hold on to an ability that lets me block damage as we move forward, because with them attacking first, we've got to have...
Okay.
Although I don't even know if that works. Here's the problem. If they're attacking first... Let's check this.
I saved to prevent damage last round for the next of their attacks.
But I'm not sure that is how it works. Assign dice to the abilities on any number of your powers. You cannot use multiple abilities on 1 power. Vertical lines indicate a choice in costs. An ability must be paid in full, and the dice cannot be saved for the next round. Active abilities and roll powers in any order. Passive powers are only usable while the roll card is face up. Activate your flip powers by flipping your roll card face down. Roll cards can only be unflipped by spending morale, not by healing. Powers preventing damage can prevent damage from players, powers, or the foe this turn only. So if they're going first...
There's no way to ever prevent their damage?
The monster attack phase occurs before the player's attack phase this combat.
Yeah, looking... This is the rulebook specifically for this monster.
Base rules would indicate that...
Entering a fight injured... During the night, damage prevention abilities lose their effectiveness, only able to help that player against abilities that deal damage to yourself.
Oh, man.
So you have 1 damage more from that one I tried to prevent.
That's okay. You wouldn't have taken
Yeah.
Wow!
So damage prevention abilities are virtually worthless.
So holding off on my prevent 2 damage is not going to be the play. That's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, like, oh, I've got this figured out. Let me, like, set up and prevent damage so we don't cycle into this problem. Oh, wow.
Okay.
We've got to slaughter them.
Yeah.
Take 1 of your die, put it in the center of the table. They're grappling us.
So this is going to be cumulative?
I think so.
There's no way to get these dice back?
At the start of each round, each player places 1 of their dice on this monster. Maybe we always lose 1 die, not we're losing multiple every time.
That just seems harsh.
It seems like death, if that's the case. So we'll say we're always losing 1.
Okay.
I really need... Hey, 3s and 1s! Oh no, without 1 die I can't even attempt to trigger this ability. Oh, this is bad right off the start. Are you feeling hopeful? Because I'm feeling hopeful. Let me tell you. Hope is in the air. Alright, that's what I'm going to be able to do. Question is, do I start baking this?
Yeah.
That's the question. I am. Instead of flipping, so I'm activating my top ability. But when I activate my top ability, I can choose to put it in the oven and start adding counters to it. Once I have
You don't have any dice mitigation right now, do you?
No. Once I have up to 2 counters on it, I can then trigger the ability plus special effects. So, for now, we're just going to see if we can survive.
Spending... Are you doing an attack?
I am not.
Not. So...
Yet.
My attack is 1 damage 2 times, but they have a armor...
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
At night, they always have armor?
Yeah, right, they always have armor of 3, so my attack does nothing as well.
Honey, we're going to lose.
Yeah.
Horrendously.
And now I'm flipping over my thing to convert all of these. 16 plus 4 is 20. Okay. And...
Are we pushing darkness up?
I mean...
We have to.
I have no abilities.
Okay.
But I don't get my roll card back right now.
Darkness is going to go up. They're going to hit us right off the bat. 6 damage coming to the party. I can take 5 of it if you need. You tell me how many you can take, and I'll take the rest.
I'll take 4.
4?
Because I have to trigger this again to get my essence back.
How about we both take 3?
Okay.
Keep some things. I'll leave a dice mitigation on the table. Are you going to be doing an attack that deals multiple hits? Because I could do my +1 to that.
Potentially. Probably not.
Probably not. Okay. Okay, we're gonna...
I might actually. It's the easiest thing to trigger.
How much damage are you taking?
I just took 2.
Okay, I flipped 2 as well. I'm gonna get rid of this one as well, I guess. I flipped 3.
Alright. Flip 3. As well.
Oh, one thing I need to make a note of. The start of your round, add preparation counter up to 2 set aside powers. The end of combat. When activating a top ability, may instead set a power aside. At any time during your turn, return a set aside power with at least 2 preparation counters on your board. Exhausted, choosing which ability on it will trigger. So I am setting the preparation counter happens now. It doesn't happen when I first put it in. So this is the first term with a prep counter on it.
Do you need tokens for that?
I have tokens.
Okay. We still have that dice up there, right?
Have you taken 3
I
damage?
took 3. Yep.
Okay.
One, 2.
Okay. Let's do
And a 4.
that. 5 would be lovely. A 2 would be lovely. Let's go ahead and do a reroll here then. 4. Not quite what I was looking for. I can do a clean reroll. Maybe reposition. Save one of the 4s. In case. I mean, it doesn't hurt. It would be better to maybe reroll them all. Oh, lovely. 2 2s. Alright, I'm triggering both my cards. What's happening with you?
I'm triggering both my cards as well, which
Okay.
means I'm going to be needing to refresh after this.
So,
Alright.
target's player attack is going to deal +2 damage.
Okay.
I am going to be dealing 3 damage.
Nice. 3 damage.
So he has armor, though.
So that takes it down to 0.
It takes it down to 0.
So you've reduced his armor.
And
okay.
then my ability will target player's attack, so I can target myself, so plus 2 damage there.
Okay. So 19.
Okay. See how much damage you do.
So then I am collecting 3 essence, but I am not able to collect because my roll card is over. Each time you spend souls this turn, deal 2 damage. These do not count as attacks, so he can't block them. So I'm going to be spending 1 soul here, which will deal 2 damage.
Okay.
1, 2, and then that's doing my deal 1 damage 2 times. These count as separate attacks. So another 2. 1, 2.
What's he down to?
He's down to 15.
Right now I can do 9 damage, but it doesn't close him out. You don't have a way to close him out, do you?
No, I moves do 2 more, which wouldn't.
So we've got to survive 1 more cycle, and then he's for sure dead.
Alright.
Flipping again?
The next thing we trigger at is 17.
Well, we have 19, so we're not going to trigger 19?
Nope, 19 doesn't trigger. So now we get these all back. We're just taking another 6 damage.
Yeah.
It's the start of the It's another combat round though, and I have my passive ability back, so I get 1 essence.
I can now deal 11 damage. So
Okay.
all we need is that in between.
That's cool.
I'll take 5.
5?
I can. Or I'll take 4.
Take 4.
You take 2.
I only have 3 dice, so anything that has 4 dice right now is off limits. 1, 2.
5 and a 5, dealing 3.
2, 4, and a 6. 2 and a 6.
I think I'm killing him. He has how much health?
He has 15.
I'm not quite killing him. I got 14 damage coming his way though.
2 and the 6 can trigger this. The 4 is what I need, though. I need a 1 or 2. Oh, I can use the 2 down here if I need to, and then put it up here to trigger this. But let me see what I get with this. 6. Doesn't necessarily help me. So rare.
Have you already done 3 rolls?
I get 1 reroll right now.
That's your character's. That's one of your character's weaknesses.
Yes.
Oh man.
All right. So what are you doing?
So my ability is I can prepare, like baking. So I have prepared this card. This card currently has 2 on it. It deals 5 plus 2 damage for every other token it has on it when I call it back. It has 2 on it now, so I could call it back now. But if I flip my ability, I can add 1 more token to every card I have prepared and go ahead and trigger them no matter how much they have on them. So I'm calling it back now with a power of 11 damage going through. Plus I'm dealing 3 damage from my card, so it'll be 11 straight up damage.
Okay, that takes him down to 4.
And I once again I have no health, I have no health, I have no health.
So I am going to be triggering this to spend 1 soul to deal 2 attacks. 1, 2. Do you think I have to trigger things in order?
What do you mean?
Like, each time you spend souls this turn, deal 2 damage. These do not count as attacks. I'm spending the souls first, though, because I need this. When that power activates, gain 1 die used back.
With your ally, you for sure have to do it in order. Because
So
it's
then-
when it activates is when you get your card.
So I'm going to be getting 3 essence, which will take this up to 4. However, I think I have to spend 4 souls to take him down the last 2 health, because I don't think I get this. Because I spent the soul first, and then I triggered this ability. So, it stinks, but... 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Better than getting hit
dead.
again. We could theoretically refresh by 2, but I'm under the impression we're probably going to move our darkness tracker and refresh everything, considering Jesse has... I have nothing. I have no health. I have no abilities.
So I just triggered these 2. Alright. What's on defeat here?
I'll check it. Alright. On defeat. You breathe heavily as you consider your victory. 1 player may take this card. Heroic victory. You may discard this card during a future combat to gain 2 wild dice for this round or prevent 1 morale loss. I have?
Yeah.
I have. You know what those wild dice are going to be used for?
Yeah.
Big Bertha.
Yeah.
I'm making a souffle. Alright. We're moving our darkness down. We have to.
Okay.
So that I mean... Them fighting at night is the single worst thing.
You're gonna roll next time.
It's not good, Shira. Just want to clarify that. Okay.
Card.
Monster, Darkened Wolf. Based on the numerous shallow graves and several massive pits that would likely have been used for the same purpose, these bandits were planning to kill quite a few people. Odds are that your money or your life speech was an attempt to disarm you before killing you. Glad though you are that they are now dead, the bodies are attracting more than a few carrion feeders. One in particular attracts your attention, a black wolf that, even as you watch, seems to eat nothing. No, not nothing. There is the faint sign of a soul sliding down its gullet. It appears that Valentina has altered even the beasts of the land with her magic. Armor. 14. Well, not armor. Health 14. Special. Even as it attacks you, the wolf snaps at the souls that gather. Ninan cannot gain essence or souls during this combat.
That's bad.
Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and roll to see if it's night.
You do it.
Get in there. It doesn't want to get in there. 4.
Night.
No!
Only 5 or 6.
The wolf howls hauntingly, disorienting you. The first attack by each player deals no damage to the wolf. You need to attack so that I can deal damage. Okay. That's not good.
I don't gain souls or essence.
I don't love it.
Okay.
The wolf's not going first, though, so that's at least positive.
Okay.
We might be able to prevent a little bit of damage. Or kill it quickly. 1s, 1s, 5s, 5s, a 6. That 9 damage would be amazing if I could get it out immediately. 5, 5, 2, and 3. I could also start preventing damage. If need be, if we want to buy ourselves a little bit of time. You're not going to be doing anything?
I'm going to be doing stuff, but I'm going to be spending a limited resource that I don't have a lot of.
Okay, so don't spend it till we can coordinate our attack together, would be my thought. I mean, I could go ahead and get a...
Do you have something that can amplify attacks?
Yeah, I mean, I can give an attack +2, I could give a ability +1.
The ability +1 would be better.
How many attacks are you doing?
3. Potentially, if I get a 1 with my next 2 rerolls.
I could also, though, start the process of developing an ability.
Yeah, I think you should.
And then just do one, coordinate with you, have one small attack and do one big attack. Is that what I should aim at?
I think so.
I need 3s and 2s. 4, 4, 3, 3. I don't have that either. Okay, let's roll it again. 3 and a 2. 3 and a 2. Got it. Okay, so these are going to be used to activate the same ability that I was using last time, which in a couple rounds will be
so cool.
worth damage.
I can't gain souls, so I don't want to trigger you right now. Okay.
I could give one of your attacks +2. I could
Amazing.
also... I could do the each attack deals +1 damage, Shira.
Yeah?
If you'd like, yep.
Okay. I'll one reroll. Have one more reroll. Nothing. Okay.
Okay, so that target player's ability is going to deal +1 damage.
Okay.
And then I have started triggering this card, so in a couple of rounds, I'll be able to wipe him out.
What's his night thing?
His night thing is...
Cancel the first attack.
First attack will be canceled.
And at night, monsters deal +1 damage per player and have 3 additional armor. So... it's in addition to his canceling the first attack.
Yep.
So this is... I'm dealing 3 attacks. He cancels my first one. My second one will be dealing 3 damage. My third one will be dealing 4 damage. So he takes 4 damage.
Okay.
That's including your boost.
Yeah, that's worthwhile. I mean, we're now to the point where...
And I didn't have to spend anything for that. That was the other thing.
Oh, good.
Like, I don't have to spend any of my limited resource for that.
He is going to be attacking for a value of 6 plus 2. Sorry, a value of 4 plus 2, so 6 damage from him. Shira?
What?
Plus 1 damage per player.
So 2 extra damage.
So 6 to the party.
Yep.
We're just going to take it and move our darkness again? I can take 3 of it.
If we are, I'm gonna convert. I'm gonna spend mine to convert all this essence into souls. So 12 is gonna come down to 12 plus 14 is 26. So
Darkness, we're moving to 17. What does it do? This is really bad.
we did that. Okay.
Yeah, we're taking the damage and then we're gonna push it forward.
The next boss deck encounter is automatically a night encounter.
No! I hate the night encounters. We haven't had any day encounters so far. Alright, I'm adding a token to my card. Gives me the ability to do... I can do 9 damage whenever we need it.
Okay.
So
I just need 1 damage then.
we're close to kill... Well, we've got to get through his armor and we have to block his first attack still. So all of that's still a factor. You're going to be doing your same ability? I could trigger it for you again.
It's hard for me to get those dice with only 1 reroll and 4 dice, and it requires 4 dice. I won't get it.
Okay. I'm going to be dealing 1 damage and reducing his armor by 2, so I have the armor taken care of right now.
Okay.
Actually, I guess I have the armor and the first attack taken care of. Deal 1 damage is the first attack, and reduce armor by 2 will take the armor down to... It'll be 1 armor left.
I have deal 1 damage 2 times.
Okay.
Is that all we need?
If I flip my card, it would be. Yeah, I believe so.
I will...
Yeah, we're going to be okay.
I can also try and reroll some stuff here. Let me see. Got it. Okay. I've got his damage taken care of as well. Alright.
Okay, so I will go ahead and deal 1 damage, canceling his first attack cancellation, and then I'll reduce the armor by 2, so he has 1 armor left. You're going to go?
I'm going to deal 1 damage 2 times, so the first damage takes his armor down, and then he deals 1... And then I deal him actually 1 damage.
Okay. Target player's attack deals plus 2 damage, so add 2 to that.
Well, I'm going to do something else.
But I'm doing that. I'm adding to your attack.
But add it to this next one. Deal 2 damage. I guess it doesn't matter.
It doesn't do it
1,
multiple
2.
times, yeah.
And then... Okay, so that's the 2 extra damage you did.
Okay.
Then I am going to also deal 2 damage to up to 2 monsters and prevent 1 damage if he was going to have...
Okay, and how much else does he have
5.
left? So I'm going to flip my card, adding a second token.
Do you need it? You don't need it.
Yeah.
Why? He has 5 damage. Doesn't that card deal 4 plus 2?
I have to have 2 tokens on it to pull it back, or I have to flip my ability.
Okay.
So this is going to be a total of 9,
Okay,
ripping him apart. Are we at the top of the round reflipping?
What's the...
I'd have...
Go through the odd defeat things.
Okay. You free the wolf spirit and find it follows you. Any player may take this card. Play this card under one of your powers. When that power activates, gain 1 die used back. You may use that die to activate another power, limited 1 companion per player.
I already have a companion, so... Your other card, was it a companion? Or just a...
Nope, the other card's just a value,
take
so I should take that and put it under a...
But wait, read what it says about me collecting souls. What does it say? Ninan? You said it said I couldn't collect essence or souls.
Ninan cannot gain essence or souls during this combat.
Okay, but I have... Oh, when would it be? I need to get my roll card back, because after we defeat a monster, I get to roll dice and get that many essence, plus 1, but not unless this is flipped. But I think we would have defeated it before we... Okay, there's no way for me to get it back.
Yeah.
But I think we do need to flip.
Okay, so we're going to be pushing forward. Again,
Next
did
number,
we,
we need
did we
12.
trigger 17?
We did. 17 is going to be it's going to be nighttime, no matter what happens
Oh,
next.
yeah. Okay.
Remember your favorite.
All right.
Getting that back. Okay, so I get 1 now.
Moving the game forward, monsters, Knight, Army, General. Why do we have so many enemies to fight? This is horrible.
Well, it's nighttime, so.
The figure that strides in front of you is definitely not what you would expect of any sort of general, but that is what he claims to be. He is short, barely over 4 feet, and he looks like he would be more at home reading books by a fire than on the battlefield. But when he calls out to Valentina and starts drawing in magic, you realize that though he is not physically imposing, he is definitely a threat. The spell he's invoking traps him in place, the magic providing him a limited shield as it is cast, but when it is completed, it will unleash a powerful assault on his foes. You must hurry, vanquish him before it is complete. Special, the general gathers magic slowly but surely for a devastating attack. The start of every 4th round deals 6 damage to all players. So we'll use some tokens to track the rounds. So I'll just put a few down. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we'll just tick those. Night. The mages are amplified in the dark. This monster special triggers at the end of every 3rd round.
Okay.
2. Not 3rd round, it's 3rd round 2. It'll trigger 3rd and 4th round, 6 damage.
So keep the 4th out there.
We're gonna be killed!
How much does he have?
42!
40?
Yeah, that's what I said. Don't worry, we've got wolf companions.
Great.
I did think we would die turns
Earlier?
ago, so like we're still in it. We're still
Great.
doing it. You know, this is going well, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. He has a 3 armor, and he deals +1 damage per player.
He's not going first though.
Okay.
We get the first swipe. Let's do this right. I'm going to be using my special bandit leader power like yesterday, I think. Ooh, that is not a good roll for this initial trigger, though. 5s could be used. Do you need any dice mitigation or manipulation?
I might.
I can adjust 1 die by up to 1.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and use it. And that's going to give me my die back automatically, which is nice.
Do you...
2, 3...
Do you have a card you want to replace? Do you have a power card you're really wanting to replace that you don't like?
Oh, you mean like kill one of them?
I have... The ability I'm triggering is all players choose 1 power and replace it, or draw 3 cards from your deck, choose 1 and replace this card, and gain 15 souls.
You want to do that one, don't you?
I desperately want to do that one.
I'm okay with you doing that one. My powers are mostly being used to, like, protect you. So, you know, I'm not too worried.
Okay.
I'm not too worried about it.
So I'm doing this. I'm spending 2.
I've got 1 more reroll left.
2. Which will let me draw 3 cards and gain 15 straight up souls. So 24 to 39. 24 plus 10 is 34. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means I get to adjust one of my dice by 1, up to 1 per combat round. I'm starting to unlock some of my abilities. I just can't spend my souls. So, and now I replace this card. You come off, and what do I want? Alright. You get to do your thing. I'm done. I'm dealing him no damage this round.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
We're just hanging out.
I'm dealing him 1 damage, I guess. You have his
But you're
damage
not.
tracker? And he has armor?
He has 3 armor, so.
Okay, good. So I'm not dealing him... I wouldn't even spend that on that, then, because it would cycle my card. I'd rather not cycle my card. I'm going to be tipping this card like I've done every round so far to go ahead and start putting marks on it, because that's how I do damage. He is going to be dealing us 4 damage. Only 4 damage to the party. So 1, to... I can take 3 of it. You want to take 1 of it? I can take 3 of it.
I'm still deciding what card, so...
Okay. Do you want to tell people what you're deciding? There's nothing for me to continue.
I have 3 different cards, and I'm trying to choose which ability I'll be able to, and they're really cool, actually. The top ability is on all my cards allow me to collect essence. The bottom ones make me spend souls. This one is just unreasonable to spend 10 souls to deal 10 damage, and it's going to be hard to trigger with my dice, so it's not going to be that one. So I am going back and forth between this. One is collect 2 essence, deal 8 damage, and if I have 40 or more souls, which I'm at 39, I would prevent 2 damage. The other one is collect 3 essence, deal 3 damage, prevent 1 damage, deal +2 damage if 25 or more souls were consumed this round. No, that's annoying. Kind of like that top one. And then battlefield, spend 2 souls, deal 5 damage, prevent 1, spend 5 souls to set a die to any value. That's going to be easier to deal the 5. Yeah, okay. Alright, we've chosen. Yay!
Okay.
Alright, so
You need to take 1 damage, please.
Just 1?
Mm-hmm.
What did I trigger? I triggered that and it comes into play unaffected. So.
And then we're not gonna do darkness this round. I think we're gonna hold off on darkness.
Okay.
My ability should be back though.
Why?
We did darkness already once, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
New round?
Yep, new round.
So I get 1. Rolling my 4 dice.
And I'm going for my big Mama Jamma. So I'm gonna go and put a token down on this.
So you took he only dealt us 4 damage?
Yeah, that's it for now. He does on round. That's round 1. Round
that was including
3,
the +2?
Round 3, yep.
Okay.
And 4, he's dealing us 6 damage.
+2 is 8.
Yeah, round 3 or 4, we die.
To the party or to one person?
To all players. 6 damage to all players. I don't think it's going to be modified by night, though. I think this is just going to be 6 straight damage.
Okay.
Because this is his special ability. Although it's a special, it's not night. 8 would wipe us out, though.
Is it 8 to each?
It would be 8 to each
Usually
if you
it says
modified
like
it
each.
by the card. It says to all players.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think the knight's going to modify his special.
You can read it.
I think it's going to. Let me see here.
Roll.
+1 damage per player and have 3 additional armor. +1 damage. I think the damage. Yeah, so the damage is going to be his top track, which is his damage track. His special is going to be 6 damage, but I think it's different because it's on the special track, not the damage track.
I mean, I only have 5 damage to take.
I understand. That's why I'm saying I don't think that can be how it is. I need 3s. There's 1. Oh, Shira. Again, I'm 1 die away from this. I'm going to be using my special ability. You may discard this card during a future combat to gain 2 wild dice for the round, or prevent 1 morale loss. I'm going to gain a wild dice so that I can go ahead and trigger my 6 wide. This is going to be preparing to deal damage in future rounds. I mean, we've got to get the biggest hit off of him possible is basically the rule right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. No dice mitigation on your end, right?
None on my end. One thing to keep in mind, Shira, before you activate anything, we are taking 4 damage.
Both of us?
No. The party will be taking 4 damage. I cannot block any of it.
Okay. Okay. So I need to either prevent damage, which I don't have the numbers for the one that I have that prevents damage,
or not do anything this turn.
So I will not do anything.
Okay. So then we'll move darkness down.
I'm taking 4 damage.
You're taking 4.
And then now you're moving darkness down?
Then we're going to move darkness down.
Okay.
So all of these flip. And now this is going into the 3rd round. So this round we need to murder him. This is it. This is big.
We haven't done any damage to him.
I understand what you're saying. But do you hear what I'm communicating?
I do hear what you're
What is it
communicating.
that I'm trying to say?
That we're gonna die. I'm gonna die very quickly.
She gets it. She knows. All right, we got some things to do. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
All right. As much damage as possible. That is the objective, my love. You're going to be triggering this. Could prevent some damage. Remember, preventing's caring.
When can I flip my thing? When can I flip it?
What do you mean?
When can I flip my ability? When can I flip this?
Whenever. Why wouldn't you?
Can I flip it in between an action?
Yeah.
Like, I've collected 2 damage, deal 8, and then before I do, if you have 40 or more souls, I'm flipping it to convert my souls into essence.
Yeah. You can do any of these in any order at any time, I believe.
But I'm breaking up my card, is what I'm saying. We'll go with it.
Oh, you're doing it in the middle of your card?
Yes.
I think a card must
Be fully resolved, right?
Let's see. I feel like a card has
So
to
then
be
I'm not going to take the 2 essence
resolved.
from that card.
Do you want me to? I mean, this might matter. Do you want me to double check this?
Yes.
Okay. Combat, morale, attack phase. Let's see here.
Flip ability.
Roll their dice. Heal. Power says up to. I'm looking for our flip ability. Talk about other things, so it's not boring.
Okay. I don't know what to talk about. How much? Yeah.
I don't immediately see it specified. I feel like it does require your card to be resolved.
I think it does. We're gonna play like that. Just like we ruled that, like, I have to trigger things in a specific order if I'm triggering things based off of each other. So I'm flipping this to convert the 4 that I have. Just take this up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 43. And then I'm going to be dealing the 8 damage with this, and I'll be preventing 2 damage, which will allow me to withstand his 6. Okay?
But I really want to know, because it sounded like you were going to do some really cool things.
No, it's all of the difference is 2 essence.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
Some hunting for
yes.
Not that cool of stuff?
No.
Alright, so what I'm doing is theoretically going to be significant.
Good.
Although I'm still in the middle of deciding what I want to roll and re-roll. So potentially I'm re-rolling all of these. Adjusted eye value up or down by 1. That would go ahead and give me. So this 2 and this 2 would immediately come back because...
Do we still have to ignore the first attack?
I have my wolf on it.
Is that this guy or is that the prior guy?
5. That is not this guy. 5, 5, and a 5. So I'm going to be modifying one of my attacks pretty darn powerfully. If I can get a 5 up here or a 4, I'll modify it there. This would deal 1 damage down here, so that sounds like a great deal. I've got 1 die left over, that's going to be fine, and we're going to go ahead and flip my card over. Are you ready to hear how much damage I was able to come up with? Mm-hmm. You think it's going to be enough?
I don't know.
You're right, probably not, but we'll try. Deal 5 damage, plus 2 damage for every preparation token. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage cutting through.
Minus the 3 that he takes away.
You didn't get rid of those?
I can.
Oh.
Okay, fine. I'll get rid of them. So I'm dealing him 8 damage minus the 3 is 5.
Okay.
So 42 minus 5 is 37. Okay, now you're dealing him how much? 11?
11 damage.
So that takes him down to 26.
Plus 2 damage.
24.
Plus 4 damage.
20.
Plus 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage.
Takes him down to 7.
Do we have anything else? Oh, plus 1 damage.
6.
Do you get anything else?
No, I don't.
You got any more magic? He's so close. I don't want to take...
You've triggered all your cards. You don't get to refresh between now and his attack.
That's accurate.
You lose all your cards.
I would.
Like, I've prepared to prevent 2 damage right now and flip 4 cards. And then get everything back.
But you got it, hats off to me.
You've taken him down to 6 health.
I went for it.
Yeah, you did. You're...
What else are we gonna... It's gonna be 6 and then 6. Like, surviving that cycle...
I know.
Theoretically, we could survive the cycle by...
I just don't have anything else I could have triggered.
But I already had 2 cards primed.
Mm-hmm.
Those cards are...
And you have no preventing cards?
So, I have a prevent 2 damage on this one card.
So if you triggered that and had left the other 4 face up, you would have prevented it.
I don't have 4. These cards were already tipped sideways.
Right.
Those cards aren't face up. They're not part of my health.
So you couldn't have triggered that one to prevent.
I could have. I could have prevented 2, but...
And then you would only lose 1 card if you left the other 3 face up.
But then the very next round, we run into the same problem. And then I'm another card short. Like, I'm running out of time quick.
Yeah.
Although the next round, I would have added 1 more token, which would have been an additional 4 damage.
I think it's worth waiting to the next round.
So...
I would undo it.
But no, but the problem is... Alright, I mean, I'll undo it, and I'll say I only triggered that 1 card. Certainly my dice could have done that.
The one that prevents 2 damage?
That's tragic, though.
Okay, and so you have how many counters? You have 2 counters on each one, or 2 on one and 1 on the other, right?
No,
What are your counters at? And I'm dealing him 5 damage, minus his 42. He's at 37.
Yeah, it's 2 and 1. So I would have triggered prevent 2 damage, I guess. That's heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking.
You have to.
Okay, prevent 2 damage.
Prevent 2 damage. That card was used. Now what is he doing at is he dealing the damage and then he's dealing 6, or it's just 6?
At the start of the 3rd and 4th round, he's going to be
dealing
6 damage. At the start of every 4th round, deal 6 damage. Oh.
It would have happened before this. Before we could have prevented
it.
The
magics are amplified in the dark. This monster's special triggers at the end of every 3rd round too. So the end of every 3rd round.
And the beginning of every 4th.
This is the end of the 3rd right now.
Right.
What?
It says the beginning of the 4th, right?
At the start of every 4th round, and at the end of every 3rd? How do you survive that?
So we've prevented this.
Oh, I see. I mean, I haven't prevented it. I'm going to be losing a card.
I prevented it for me. I'm going to be losing a card after this.
I have a card that dies. Wow.
And you took... So that you flipped it and then...
I took 3 and then killed 1.
Okay.
Now this moves down.
And we get all of our cards back.
We get all our cards back, and then he's dealing 6.
But does he do his base attack and is that an additional thing, or it's just that 6?
The general gathers magic slowly but surely for a devastating attack. At the start of every 4th round, deals 6 damage to all players. I am reading this as if it replaces
his attack.
Okay. Because he's gathering magic. He does 1 big burst.
That's what I'm checking.
So he's going to be dealing us 6 damage now at the start of the 4th round, which we're on. Mm-hmm. So I only have 3 cards that can take it.
You're gonna lose all 3. If you flip those other ones, do you lose the counters, or you just can't flip them?
I can't flip them. They're not part of my deck. It's the risk of putting things in storage.
Yeah.
I lose my wolf. I didn't want to lose my wolf.
What card do I not want out of all these?
Oh, this is really bad. This is the first time we've went up against this before, by the way.
2.
We played the
4, 5,
the Queen's Gambit scenario. We had a victory on that. We thought we're prepared. We're ready to go.
Okay.
Let's do it.
That's the beginning of the 4th round.
He's done his attack.
And I can't do anything because all my cards are flipped, so we're going to the refresh phase. And now spend that. What are we up to? 12 yet? Are we at 12 morale yet? Okay.
No, 13.
So then this is all I'm flipping. Okay. And now it's the next round.
Honey, I'm
one.
dying.
So am I. Down to 4 cards. Alrighty. Roll them dice.
I got nothing to roll for, but I'm going to add... Oh, I
Counters?
already did my adding. No, I get to add again. I'm going to add a token. Well, if I die, he's going with me. Wow.
Oof. You are going to be up here. And...
I mean, we're going to get to see how much crazy power my character can do.
yeah. Which would be a 3. 4. I can't trigger the bottom of that yet. 6. You don't actually help me. Okay, fine. Alrighty. Are you wanting to trigger your things now?
I think so.
Okay.
Or else what?
I don't know.
It's like last time. It's now or never.
1, 2... Well, no. I mean, that was the 4th round. Now we restart.
Yeah, but I have no... Oh, wait. I'm dead.
Why?
I'm dead. I had to have done this some other way. So the rule for my character is if ever I have no cards, including tapped cards, it's as if I'm dead.
Okay. I mean, you might have just died. I don't know if there's any other way for you to have done that.
I did so good, you murdered me. I had him down to 6.
You did, but then you would have lost all your cards.
You're right.
Either which way you would have died.
Yes, but I died doing something. I died with a reason. Now I've died useless.
There was no way for us to refresh. Like, we refresh after both of us go through our attack phase, and then it says the beginning of the 4th round, not the end of the 4th round. Right?
I've read it enough times.
I know.
It's
12 damage back to back.
But there is a refresh in the middle, so theoretically, if you don't have cards tapped,
right,
you could take it.
Yeah.
But we've ran into darkness on every hunt, so everything has been attacking us from the dark.
Yeah.
And so we've just been pummeled this entire time. Yeah. I do really like this scenario. This makes me want to go at it again.
I don't want you to die.
I mean, I'm dead. I'm gone. Do you want to hear what I could have done, theoretically?
Could you have triggered 1 last round and have had it been... Before you lost your cards, could you have triggered 1 and have had it been undone? Would that have worked?
Yeah. Possibly. Yeah, theoretically. I'd be 2 tokens off of this one.
Whichever one is worse.
I would have triggered it, dealing... this wouldn't have happened. I would have triggered it, dealing...
Take off the whatever extra you added to that bottom one as well.
I would have... Well, this one would have stayed around.
Okay.
So I triggered it dealing 9 damage.
Minus his 3, because I hadn't dealt any damage, which is 6.
Okay. And this is...
So then, that card would have been a card you could have flipped to take damage.
Well, it would have already been flipped because it would have been used.
Right. I'm saying you prevented 2 and you did the 4, and then we in between here, it would have been unflipped. And so then you would have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards unflipped that then...
No, 4 cards unflipped.
4?
Yeah, so I would have lost 2 cards?
I think so. I think you would have had an extra card. Flipped. And then we also refreshed, I think, after that.
Okay. Yeah. Theoretically, you're right.
I'm just trying.
No, I agree with you. Theoretically, you're right.
So, right, because we did 2 refreshes. We refreshed after the 3rd, we refreshed after the 4th.
Did we move the refresh tracker down
I don't know
after
if
the
we,
4th?
I don't know if
I don't
we
think
did.
we did. What does 12 do?
Each player rolls all of their dice. These dice cannot be re-rolled until they are used to activate a power. A player may suffer 1 damage to re-roll a die once before it has been used.
Okay, good.
Let's do that effect next, because we've already done re-rolls. So I'm going to collect 3 essence. 1, 2, 3. Deal 2 damage and prevent 1 damage. So I've taken his shield down to 1. Then this is going to deal 1 2 times. So I've done 1 damage. He has no shield.
I haven't rolled for this round, so let me go ahead and roll. See what I'm able to get. I have to lock my roll, though, right?
Yeah.
That's what it says?
Well, no. We're going to do it the next round because I had already rolled.
Okay. So I could re-roll these?
Yeah.
Alright. I have a little bit of damage coming his way, a little bit more damage coming his way. Alright, so I'm going to be dealing 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
And then should I go ahead and trigger my... How much health does he have?
23.
Honey.
How much damage is he dealing us now?
4 to the party.
Okay, I've prevented 1.
3 to the party.
You can't take any.
You gonna lose a card?
I'll take 2 and lose a card.
Well, no, I mean, I could lose a card too. Unless one of us has to be functioning.
Yeah.
I'm already dead, more or less. Like, I can't go into another battle like this.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Okay.
Maybe you can
And
carry
then-
on the game, but I
And then
can't.
we're spending a morale to refresh. Because I need my cards back.
Okay, down to 11. We're locking our dice this round.
This round. Yep.
I had him down to 6 health, baby.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have mattered.
I was so effective, though.
Or dice are locked. Oh, it's a beginning round. Oh, I get another 5th die.
Yeah, those dice being locked are not good for me. None of them are going to be used right now.
I could do this to spend 2. Are you triggering that one? How much damage is it dealing?
Right now, it would be dealing 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
19?
Yeah. You got in there. That's pretty good.
That's amazing.
I like my abilities, but wow.
It's very much amazing. I think I have to do this over here and this down here, and I don't think these do anything for me. No, right? But I don't have 2 different sames. Okay. Alright, so you were dealing 19?
I could deal 19, yeah.
20, 21, 26.
Minus is 3.
He's dying this round. You dealt 19 minus 3, which is 16.
Mm-hmm.
16 minus 23 is 7. 7. Then I am spending 2 souls to deal 5 damage. 1, 2, and prevent 1 damage to myself. And then I'm triggering this to deal 1 damage 2 times. So that's 7 damage total. This is done. This is done. And then that's got 1 more. And he's defeated. What do we get? And we get to refresh 2 after. So refresh 2.
Oh, good. Wow.
Refresh 2.
Amazing. Some of the general's magic lingers. One player may take this card. Lingering magic. You may discard this card to allow the party to refresh.
Does that one card that you kept do anything?
I already used it. You may discard this card to allow the party to refresh without spending morale 1 time. Okay. Progress. Tree of Wishes. As you stagger forward from your numerous battles, you feel yourself leaning against a tree. The tree is nothing too special. It has leaves, a sturdy trunk, and some roots that poke through the ground. It also reaches a branch down to you, growing your favorite fruit. The tree cannot speak words, but you do understand that it is trying to help you fight the encroaching darkness, the only way it knows how. Please decide if it's day or night.
You do it! All mine have been night.
It is night. You can eat the fruit, finding yourself rejuvenated, gain 2 morale. You can ask for aid against Valentia. The party gains this card and its necklace or branches ability.
What are the abilities?
Each ability you activate makes a separate attack dealing 1 damage, or the party may discard this card to allow each party member to activate one of their powers for free.
Will it be a card that you can put in your tableau?
It's just a...
It's not like a card like this.
No, just an extra thing. 2 morale back or special ability.
Which looked better. Do you think the ability was better?
If we're going to make it to the boss fight, the ability is amazing.
2 morale. We're barely through her deck.
I know. We're dead.
It goes in the discard if you're... We're not taking the ability.
Yeah, all these are in the discard.
Oh, they are. Okay, fine.
Event, Endangered Village. You feel a sense of deja vu. The village you're at is clearly different than the one you started at, but you see the same indicators of Valentina's presence. Families huddled inside their houses, you hear no laughter, and welcoming smiles are replaced with fugitive glances as each person constantly scans for the next attack. It's clear that they have a lot more than a few people over the past... They've lost a lot more than a few people over the past months, as evidenced by empty houses and an unsettling number of memorials. But these people cannot leave. They are prisoners in their own towns. If they travel, they leave themselves open to Valentina's monsters. If they stay, they are slowly whittled down, not knowing which of their neighbors will still be there the next day. And then you hear the sound of the monsters. Far enough away to not be an immediate concern, but close enough that you feel your hackles raise. To live with that terror every moment of every day, these townsfolk are incredibly brave and resilient, to not have collapsed into despair. But just like before, you must decide, do you stay with them, help them out, or do you continue forward to try to put an end to the underlying threat? Day or night? Oh, day and night, sorry. Choose one. Defend the village. You must protect all the people no matter the cost to you. Proceed to card 10, or take the opportunity to press forward. You can make a lot of progress while Valentina's forces are distracted. Proceed to card 13.
I think we have to do 13.
Pressing forward to 13, here we go. Trap. Flanked. As you rush forward, desperately trying to make your way closer to your target, you realize it's too late that you're to neglect your surroundings. While normally not much of an issue, Valentina seems to be a very creative person, if she can still be called a person, and has a wide variety of creations at her command. One of these, what you can best describe as a 3-eyed owl, swoops down on you. The beast is barely larger than a normal owl, and its claws draw only a light scratch from your arm, but you see dozens of them flying at you, and you have nowhere to hide. Roll the die.
4.
Means it's night.
Yes.
The owls swarm together, their black bodies oozing together, and they can congelate into a giant owl. Proceed to card 14. Do not roll to determine whether it's day or night when you do. Means it's night. Card 14. The massive bird before you should not be able to fly. It looks as dense as a rock and as strong as a golem. Yet there is lazily heating, but there it is, lazily beating its wings, hovering in place as it prepares to dive at you. The only good thing about this creature is that it is slow enough that you have time to ready your weapons. However, you see that with each wing beat, feathers cascade down. They fall like daggers, cutting through the vegetables and burying themselves into the ground. There is no place to hide, no advantageous terrain around, and you will need to use all your wiles to not get cut to death. Health 18. Going to be dealing 2 damage to each player.
Plus the 2 because it's night?
Yeah, I guess so, because it says don't roll for day or night, and we rolled night, so...
Right, so...
it would be night.
She's going to be dealing 4 damage. To each of us.
I can take it, don't worry.
You die.
No, I've got this.
And I'm dying as well. Okay.
I've got it, don't worry about this.
Does he go first or second?
All we need to do, second, is murder him immediately.
Start combat round.
Sure, it's as easy as that. A direct and immediate murder. I don't know why I thought I'd roll 3 1s on the last 3 dice I had, but, I went for it. You can't say I'm not brave. I'm doing nothing with my dice. I was going for 9 damage, though. You can't fault me for trying.
Yeah.
You're 100% right. This will kill me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good at board games.
Are you?
I am. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I'm going to take myself out as well. Okay.
Is this where our story ends?
Probably. Flipping myself over right now to...
Your character's really cool.
16 plus 39. 16. So, 39. 49, 55. Which just unlocks all of my attacks deal plus 1 damage. But I'm going to be consuming stuff. I had to do that to prevent the 2 damage, so I don't collect 2 essence. I'm triggering dealing 8 damage. Deal 8 damage, plus 1. So, but he has a shield of 3, so 6 damage. 12? And then...
Hey, if I got my 9...
Spending 1, which takes us down below 55. Which deals him 2 more damage.
If I'd gotten my 9, we would have almost been there.
Yeah. It's at 10.
So my strongest attack is what needed to have happened to almost have... I'm going to be...
These 2 flip.
Yeah,
I'm preventing 2 damage, so that means I'm preventing my 4. Right, it's to each player, not to the party, right?
I'm dead.
And then we're using this free one to allow the party to refresh without spending morale.
Uh-huh.
I'm in it still.
Keep going. Good for you.
And I refresh all 4 of these. Okay. And now we roll dice. Let's see what I can do. Wow. That's a lot of 6s. I don't need a lot of 6s like that. That's very annoying. That's a 1, 6, 6, and a 6. I can do that, but it doesn't help.
Talk through what you're doing.
I can adjust one of my dice by 1 per combat round, up or down. Like I can adjust one of my dice I have a Memorial to Lost Souls. Spend 2 souls. Essence gained this turn is instead converted to damage, and it does not count as an attack. However, I'm not gaining any essence right now. But there is a way for me to adjust a dice, so that might be worthwhile. Let me see what if I can re-roll. So the 2 matching ones, and then I need a 5 here essentially. Got it. 5, 6. Okay. So you're spending 2 souls. 1, 2, 52. This then essence gain this turn is instead converted. Doesn't count, and I can spend 1 soul to replace this power. I'm gonna replace it with whatever I get. And then it comes out refreshed. And then I'm going to be collecting 3 essence, which is damage, which is and it doesn't count as an attack, so I don't think he blocks it. So that takes him down to 7. 7. And then deal 2 damage and prevent 1 damage. So that damage is blocked by his shield. I don't... Oh, if I have 50 or more souls, deal an additional 2 damage. So that'd be 4 damage.
More.
So that's 1 more. I'm preventing 1 damage. So now he's dealing me how many damage? 4. Preventing 1. And flipping these 3. So that's 4 damage. And now I am taking that down. You don't trigger the same effects.
Nope.
So now I have all these cards back. And I just have to try and kill him.
It's all you.
I know. Why did you die? Why did you have to die? A 1, 3, 4, 5. What's my new ability? Collect 2 essence and deal 9 damage. That would be dope. I need 2 matching. 1, 3, 4, 5. Or a 3, 4, 5. Spend 2 souls, deal 5 damage, and prevent 2 damage to myself. I can already trigger that. That would only be 2 damage, 3 damage, 4 damage. Still not enough to kill him. I almost want this. This double. Alright. Let me try re-rolling all these. 1, 3, 4, 6. Not what I wanted. Alright. So 3, 4 is going to trigger this, and then 1 and a 6. 1 will trigger this. 6 I can actually take down. I have the ability to adjust 1 die. I'll adjust it down to a 5. So I'll still have my 3, 4, 5. Just spending so many souls. Okay. So spend 1 soul, deal 1 damage 2 times. They count as separate attacks. So those, I still have 1 more armor to go through. I spent 1 soul, and then spend 2 souls. 1, 2, and deal 5 damage. So that's 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's down to 2. Prevent 2 damage to myself. I'm going to spend 4 more to activate that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's dead.
Okay. On to feet. The owl flies into the air and then explodes, its feathers continuing to fall all the while, and you must scramble to dodge them. After refreshing, any player with fewer than 3 exhausts powers until they have 3 flipped, then proceed to card at 15. You have to have 3 flipped.
Flip 3 now? Exhaust 3?
You have to exhaust, yeah. You have to have at least 3 flipped.
Okay.
Trap, betrayed. You come to a camp where some of the guards who went before you are waiting. Happy to have a chance to rest and recover, you join them by the campfire. After a filling meal and some casual talk about what you have encountered so far, the guards agree to take first watch. Roll day or night. A 1 is going to be night. You awaken to find yourself tied up. Maybe the guards thought that offering you up to Valentino would spare their village. Maybe they are working for it. Regardless, you will not wait to be killed. You fight against your bonds. Roll a die.
4.
Your struggles draw a predator. Proceed to card 17. Monsters, scavenger wolves. Cursing all the while you desperately work to undo the ropes, the guards tied you securely, though, and you find moving your limbs is almost impossible. It takes a long time for you to get up to the point where you can make any headway against the knots, but at that point, you are tired and your actions become more and more frustrated. In fact, your struggles sound just like the scratching of a trapped animal, something you realize when you hear the sounds of padded feet coming towards you. I think between some of this, you could have done this to refresh.
I would have, because I only had...
Okay, health is 22. It doesn't change as if you're playing solo.
No.
Special. The ropes bind you securely, leaving you helpless.
Is it night or day?
Go ahead and roll. Night.
I give up!
The ropes bind you securely, leaving you helpless. During the first round of combat, all players are bound and cannot activate powers. Special. The wolves' teeth and claws tear at your bonds as they try to get to the tasty meal beneath. At the end of each round, each player rolls a die. On a 1, they are still bound and cannot activate powers the next round. On a 2 through 6, they are released and can act as normal. The wolves seem to be particularly hungry, and they attack savagely. Increase this monster's damage by +2 during the night. So he's going to be dealing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 based off that card. That kills you immediately.
It kills me immediately.
Wow. We have played through some of the other scenarios.
This by far is the brutalest one.
That we've seen so far. We haven't played all of the main game.
Yeah.
We beat the queen.
The cat lady.
We got one of her multiple victory conditions, which was very entertaining.
Yeah.
And we thought we were like good to go, ready to... I mean, we have to approach this as a completely different strategy. First off, don't roll night. Second off, I mean, having guarded abilities or having something that allows us to mitigate and protect ourselves...
We needed a more defensive player with us. Like, there's players that cater to more a defensive role or an offensive role. We needed a more defensive player, because my character can get pretty strong if I can build it up, but I needed some mitigation and protection.
Mine as well can get extremely powerful.
We had two building characters and not enough protecting.
We also, theoretically, would want a character that can do a lot of damage quickly, because if we get a night roll, killing them as fast as possible is the best way to actually mitigate.
I didn't even get, I just reached, I have to spend 50 to get a soul. So, I had a plan. If I had gotten up, I was trying to get up to 75.
Yeah.
Because at 75, I can search my deck for a power to replace an existing power, and if I'm not at max, I just add it.
Yeah.
So that gives me an extra health. And then I spend 50 and take me down to 25, and I get a soul power card, and then I'm up to 6 cards.
That would have been great.
So I had to get up to 75. That was my plan.
You still would have been playing as if you were playing a 2-player game, which
with one player. Yeah.
Crushing.
My baker baked himself into a...
Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with us. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you are here at this point and you think you'd enjoy this game, pick up one of the small solo games or pick up the giant behemoth of a box. This is one that we've enjoyed since the first time getting it to the table at a convention together, and then bringing it back and diving into it more and more. So
the solos are really bite-sized. Like, for a solo game, I'm not usually a solo game player. These seem very manageable, very entertaining to me, and I would take it on solo.
There's a really cool puzzle to play, and it's new every time you adventure through the game, but it's also similar. Like, my character plays similar, like, all the cards are related to each other. But the combination of them all are going to be completely unique. So we are going to have more and more gameplay videos coming out for Catharsis down the road to keep showing off and letting you all see how unique and cool this game is. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I'm going to go edit this. Shira's going to go to bed. And I'll get my braces off tomorrow. So hopefully I'll stop.
You won't.
I'll get this part fixed tomorrow.
You're like talking about as if you're getting your whole mouth cleared in the morning.
Hopefully I won't be as lispy moving forward.
Yes.
We'll see you later.